Here is a question that sounds simple. Who controls professional golf? Ask most fans and you'll get the same answer. The PGA Tour. Best players, biggest purses, television deals, history, access to the 4 major championships. Of course, it's the PGA Tour, but here is the thing about that answer. It is both correct and incomplete, because the moment you start pulling on the thread, the moment you actually look at who owns what, who governs what, and who answers to whom, the picture gets considerably more complicated. The PGA Tour does not own the Masters. It does not own the US Open. It does not own the Open Championship. It does not own the PGA Championship. The 4 events that define a player's legacy are owned and operated by 4 completely separate organizations. None of them answer to the PGA Tour. And then there is the matter of a $3 billion investment from a consortium of American sports owners that has given the tour commercial firepower it never had before, while simultaneously changing who has a seat at the table when decisions get made. So let's answer the question properly. Who actually controls professional golf right now? This is where most fans' understanding of golf's power structure has a significant gap. The Masters tournament is owned and operated by Augusta National Golf Club, a private members club in Augusta, Georgia. Augusta National is one of 7 founding members of the official World Golf Ranking Governing Board, confirmed by the OWGR's own official website. It answers to no tour. No governing body can compel it to change its field criteria, its schedule, or its format. It has operated the Masters every year since 1934. The US Open is owned and operated by the United States Golf Association, the USGA. Founded in 1894, the USGA is a non-profit organization that serves as the governing body for golf in the United States and Mexico, per its own official description. It is also a founding member of the OWGR. It answers to no tour. The Open Championship is owned and operated by the R&A, originating as the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St. Andrews, founded in 1754. The R&A formally separated from that club in 2004 to focus exclusively on its role as a global governing body, confirmed by the R&A's own official history. It is a founding member of the OWGR. It operates the Open Championship independently. The PGA Championship is owned and operated by the PGA of America, a separate organization from the PGA Tour, representing the club professionals who teach the game. It is also a founding member of the OWGR Governing Board. The 108th PGA Championship will be held at Aronimink Golf Club in Newtown Square, Pennsylvania, from May 11th to 17th, 2026. Confirmed directly by PGAChampionship.com. 4 majors, 4 independent organizations, none of them under the PGA Tour's authority. And here is the governance structure that most people miss entirely. The official World Golf Ranking, the system that determines entry into those major championships, is governed by a 7-member board whose directors include Augusta National, the USGA, the R&A, the PGA of America, the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, and the International Federation of PGA Tours, as confirmed directly by OWGR.com. The PGA Tour holds 1 seat of 7. The independent chairman is former world number 1 and 2008 Masters champion Trevor Immelman. This is the most important structural fact in professional golf. The PGA Tour is the most powerful commercial organization in the sport, but the 4 tournaments that determine legacy and the ranking system that governs access to them operate largely outside its unilateral control. So what does the PGA Tour control? It controls its own schedule, eligibility rules, purse structure, and membership. Through its broadcast agreements with CBS, NBC, and Golf Channel, it controls the most widely distributed professional golf product in the United States, confirmed by the PGA Tour's own official media announcements and Golf Digest's coverage of those deals. And as of January 2024, it controls something new, a for-profit commercial entity called PGA Tour Enterprises. On January 31st, 2024, the PGA Tour closed a deal with Strategic Sports Group, a consortium of American sports owners, including Fenway Sports Group's John W. Henry, Atlanta Falcons owner Arthur M. Blank, New York Mets Vice Chairman Andrew B. Cohen, and Boston Red Sox CEO Sam Kennedy. Confirmed by ESPN, Golf Digest, the Associated Press, CBS Sports, Sky Sports, and the PGA Tour's own official announcement. SSG invested an initial $1.5 billion into PGA Tour enterprises, with up to $3 billion committed in total. The 13-member board comprises 6 player directors: Patrick Cantley, Peter Malnati, Adam Scott, Webb Simpson, Jordan Spieth, and Tiger Woods, 3 PGA Tour representatives, and 4 SSG directors. Tiger Woods serves as vice chairman. Joe Gorder, former executive chairman and CEO of Valero Energy, a Fortune 50 company, was elected unanimously as chairman on May 9, 2024, confirmed by the PGA Tour's own announcement. In June 2025, the PGA Tour named Brian Rowlap as its first-ever chief executive officer, confirmed by the PGA Tour's official announcement on June 17, 2025, NBC Sports, CNBC, and ESPN. Rowlap joins from the NFL, where he spent more than 2 decades, most recently as Chief Media and Business Officer. The CEO search committee that unanimously recommended him consisted of Arthur M. Blank, Tiger Woods, Adam Scott, Jay Monahan, Joe Gorder, and Sam Kennedy. That is a different organization from the one that existed 3 years ago. More commercially structured, more accountable to investors, more focused on revenue. Here is where the control question gets most complicated. On June 6, 2023, the PGA Tour and the Saudi Public Investment Fund signed a framework agreement, confirmed by ESPN, to explore a commercial alliance. The framework expired on December 31, 2023, without a final agreement. In April 2025, ESPN reported that the PGA Tour rejected the PIF's most recent offer to invest $1.5 billion into PGA Tour enterprises. The reason, per ESPN's April 4, 2025 reporting, the offer required the LIV Golf League to remain intact, a condition ESPN confirmed was a non-starter for the tour. The PIF had also stated it wants Governor Yasir Al-Rumayyan to serve as co-chairman of PGA Tour Enterprises Board, a condition the tour has not accepted. That same ESPN report confirmed the White House meetings that preceded the rejection, including a 4-hour session on February 20, 2025, with Al-Rumayyan, Monahan, Tiger Woods, and Adam Scott. And what does LIV Golf's financial position actually look like? The UK company's house filings, public documents reported by the Financial Times, Front Office Sports, and Golf Monthly in October 2025 tell the story precisely. LIV Golf's UK-registered international arm posted losses of $461.8 million in 2024, against revenue of $64.9 million and expenses of $526.7 million, following losses of $395.9 million in 2023. Total cumulative international losses from this arm alone now exceed $1.1 billion since launch, confirmed by Front Office Sports, citing Companies House directly. The filings include a director's note acknowledging a material uncertainty over the company's ability to continue without PIF support. The PIF provided a formal letter of commitment. LIV Golf Investments has sold approximately $4.89 billion in shares to the PIF since launch, confirmed by Irish Golfer magazine, citing Companies House directly and cross-referenced by Front Office of Sports. Meanwhile, Golf Digest confirmed that the PGA Tour restructured its finances in direct response to LIV, stating plainly that the tour raised purses and paid out more of its revenue as a percentage to players because of competition from LIV. Jack Nicklaus confirmed the same thing, telling reporters at Augusta in April 2025, as reported by ESPN, that LIV Golf had forced the PGA Tour into doing some things that were a little premature. Here is the honest answer. It requires separating 3 different kinds of control. Who controls the rules and governance of the sport? The R&A and the USGA jointly write and interpret the rules of golf Confirmed by both organizations' own official descriptions, the OWGR is governed by a 7-member board, confirmed by OWGR.com. The PGA Tour holds 1 seat. The chairman is independent. The Tour does not control this system unilaterally. Who controls the major championships, the events that define Legacy? Augusta National controls the Masters. The USGA controls the US Open. The R&A controls the Open Championship. The PGA of America controls the PGA Championship. All 4 are independent from the PGA Tour. Who controls the commercial product? The PGA Tour, with PGA Tour Enterprises adding an investor class confirmed at up to $3 billion, a new CEO drawn from the NFL, a 13-member board, player equity holders, and a valuation confirmed by Golf Digest at over $12 billion. This is where the Tour's power is real, substantial, and growing. But here is the complication. The clean version of that answer leaves out. The PGA Tour's commercial dominance was permanently reshaped in its schedule, its purses, its entire financial architecture by a rival confirmed to be losing over $400 million per year in its international operations alone, backed by a sovereign wealth fund that has formally committed to its survival in writing, with total investment confirmed at approximately $4.89 billion. The Tour raised its purses, created new events, and restructured its commercial architecture in direct response to that rival. Golf Digest said so directly. Jack Nicklaus confirmed it. The Tour's own financial history shows it. And the 4 organizations that run the majors? They answer to nobody. Not to the PGA Tour, not to the PIF, not to SSG, which means the truest answer to the question is this: nobody controls all of it. The commercial product belongs to the PGA Tour and its new investor class. The rules and rankings belong to a 7-member independent governing board, on which the Tour holds 1 seat. The majors belong to 4 independent bodies that have been running them on their own terms for decades. And the money reshaping everything belongs to a sovereign wealth fund in Riyadh that has committed approximately $4.89 billion, confirmed in public filings, and has shown no sign of stopping. 4 different kinds of authority. 4 different sets of interests. No single table where all of them sit together. Until someone builds that table, the question of control stays open. Subscribe to Legacy Wedges for more content like this. The structure, the money, and the forces beneath the leaderboard that actually shape the game you love.